Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a review of the new Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Concealer, and I will also be showing you guys the Mocha Matchstick for contouring and also the new Fussy lip gloss that they just came out with, the Universal Lip Tint. This is not a first impressions, rather this is a second time use. I had some discrepancies while using some of these products, especially the concealer, when I put them on first yesterday. So I wanted to see if by changing up my techniques and routine a little bit that I could get some better results, and so I could give you guys a cohesive, good review of the product. So if you want to know how I feel about this product and some other Fenty products, then please keep on watching. Okay. We did it. We did a quick intro that didn't lag on for 3 hours. We finally did it. We are a YouTuber. Okay, let's go. Okay, so we are all set up. I got the Fenty Beauty Instagram in the back because I tried to pull up the website and my TV was like, we're not going to let you do that. So we're just going to get into it. I am actually going to apply my foundation on camera and play with the contour a little bit just so I could let you guys know how this went the first time I tried it and hopefully give some perspective as to the rest of the video and how it's gonna go. This is not the combo that I used yesterday when I tried it out for the first time, except one foundation. I used the Matte and Poreless Fit Me from Maybelline, and then the other one I think was the, I want to say the NARS All Day Luminous Weightless foundation, but today I think I'm just going to use the e.l.f. Flawless Finish foundation and combine those two and see what happens. These are both medium coverage, and maybe if I don't have such a full coverage look that it'll go a little bit better. And of course I'm using a beauty blender. This is the original beauty blender. I got this I believe for Christmas and it's been really nice. It's really bouncy, much softer than the other one that I had, the black one, so you really can't go wrong with this. So I don't know how you can mess it up, so hopefully everything goes as expected this time. But yeah, I'm just gonna combine these and let you know how the first application went. Fun fact, I'm wearing new pants.
Yeah, I'm actually wearing pants for once.
But every time I wear new pants, I get foundation or concealer or something all over them. It's never when I'm wearing pants that I always wear. It's never when I'm wearing like comfy sweatpants or something like that. No. Every time I wear new pants, I get some sort of foundation on them. So we'll see what happens. So I purchased the Fenty concealer yesterday, and I just had to point out that I think that it's a really cool thing that all the PR and sponsorships are happening at the exact same time that the concealer is actually out, because, you know, in certain circumstances the PR is like weeks and weeks and weeks in advance of actually purchasing the product, which is, I guess, a tactic that people do, but at the same time I just don't think that it works, because then by the time it actually comes out I feel like a lot of people forget about it. But in this instance it's like, oh, it just came out and people are doing all these videos on it, so let me go get it right now, which is exactly what I did. So yeah, I went into Sephora and they had it and I was really excited. And finding my shade was very easy. I know Sephora lights are very sus, to say the least, but because of like the range, I was able to swatch like 4 different colors that all could have worked on my skin tone. And I don't have the foundation, so it was a little bit more difficult, but at the same time, because I know my undertones and I know what I like for my under eye concealer to look like, it was really a nice circumstance. So when I did buy it, I went right to Grand Central so that I could head home. And so I did my full face of makeup. And like, me doing my makeup in the middle of Grand Central Station is not the weirdest thing you're gonna see there, as many New Yorkers know. So I was doing it and the lighting in there is like non-existent. Like, the lighting that was there was not cooperating and flickering a lot, so there was just nothing. There's no sunlight there either. So if you really just want to do like a good full face of makeup, like, good luck, because it was not working in my favor. So by the time I actually put the concealer on and everything like that, and I was trying to set it with my regular powder that I always use, it's not a good situation. I didn't get it all the way up to my lash line, which is where I like to put it, because my creases are all right here. And as I was feeling throughout the day, it was sticky, so I realized that I didn't put the powder all the way up there. So I'm like, damn it. I did not see the blend here, like, because of the lighting was so weird, and it was all really patchy when I finally checked it. So was my chin as well. So when I put the powder on, I was setting all of the cakiness. Now, I really did like the way that my skin looked when I looked in like my camera lens, because I didn't have a mirror like readily available for me except in my makeup bag, and I had natural sunlight, but it was just like not the best lighting once again. By the time I got to work, it had been about 5.5, 6 hours of wear. I was actually able to like look in a mirror and look in decent lighting. I saw all of the creases going crazy, and also my mascara was flaking too, so it almost seemed like I had my makeup on longer than I actually did. Like, I'm used to wearing my makeup for like 8 hours, 9 hours plus, and having nothing get out of place. So this was just a weird situation altogether, because it was the Better Than Sex mascara by Too Faced. Is a new mascara, so it shouldn't have been flaking like that, especially since it's like the world's greatest mascara. Like, okay girl. But yeah, so that was flaking too, and like everything just looked off. So, you know, my skin has not been the best lately. Like this entire week, it's been an absolute nightmare. Just tons of texture, bunch of pimples, everything. I've never had my skin ever be this bad. Like even my boyfriend was like, you have like 5 pimples on your face. It's not really normal. And this was after I pointed it out, you know? And I was like, I don't know. I guess it's my cycle. My cycle, they don't usually give me a lot of pimples, like maybe for a day or two and then they go away. But this has been like a completely new situation. I've been doing my skincare religiously. It never gives me any problems, but for whatever reason, it's just been out of control. Maybe I was just trying to overcompensate and put on too much makeup and kind of pack it on. So we're just gonna do this in our normal environment. Medium coverage foundation. After doing like 2 rounds of skincare, I did my nighttime and I did my morning right before I put on all my makeup. So let's hope everything is normal now. Alright, enough of the details. Let's get into some stuff. Once again, I did try all these, but I took it out from the bottom so I could put it back in so I could show you guys the packaging and everything. This is not new. These are the matchsticks that she has for highlighting and contouring, not concealing or anything like that, but just to bring a highlight and a contour to the face. And these are about, I want to say, a year or 2 old. So I picked this up. This is the shade Mocha, and I wanted to use this for contouring. I wanted something that had a little bit less bronziness and more of like a natural contour. Gray tones, browns, you know, stuff like that, not oranges and bronzes. So I wanted to pick up something that had a little bit of a cool tone to it. This is what it looks like. Hopefully the white background can really reflect what it looks like. So I used this yesterday and I didn't really feel any type of way about it. It blended easily, but I feel like it blended away. So I want to see if today I can really build it up and create something a little bit better. And I like to do cream contour before I do my concealer, because sometimes I get a little bit out of control with my cream contour and I want to clean it up. And I put it like right against the cheekbone, not completely underneath, only just a little bit underneath, so that I could actually lift up the face. Put like a little bit on the nose. I don't really like to contour my nose, but I like to add a little bit of a shadow to it. And to blend this out, I used a stipple brush, but let's see if maybe I could do just a beauty blender and get a better or just a similar result. I'm trying to play with this and manipulate it, because when this first came out, it wasn't that well received. So far so good, but it is kind of blending away as opposed to completely blending into the skin. So I'm gonna keep on playing with it a little bit. I think I'm just gonna do a stipple brush for the rest of the face, because my arm always gets tired when I do this, because you know, you just want to blend, and then all of a sudden
your arm falls off.
We're just going to do that for the rest of it, because my problem area is the cheeks and that's all done. So let's just go quicker with everything else so we can finally get to the damn concealer, right? So the contouring is done. Once again, I feel like it's just gone now, but you guys let me know. Does it look nice as like a more of like a subtle contour from within, I guess you could say? Or do you like how I usually do it with the clay stick foundation, where you could like visibly see it and I don't really need to go over it with powder or anything like that? Because I'm not sure what I like better. There are pros and cons to everything, honestly. Alright, so I turned off my TV just so that there was no like flashback or anything that was going to distract you from how product looked on the skin. As far as like the lighting goes, I just wanted to make sure that it looked a lot better. This is the packaging. So everybody knows like exactly what it's called. It is the Pro Filt'r Instant Retouch Concealer. And it claims to be long wear, light as air, and crease proof. Instant photo soft coverage for all. So the way that I noticed how it worked was that it did kind of crease, but but then again, I didn't set it properly. It wasn't 100% long wearing because it looked like it was deteriorating off my skin after only the 6.5 hour mark. So I'm just going to put it on and set it properly, and hopefully we can kind of reset, see better ways that I could apply this so that it does stick to the claims, or maybe it just doesn't and it isn't working for me. So we're just gonna go ahead with it. I just used this to carve out my brows and now I'm having a problem getting it out. This is what it looks like. Pretty decent amount in the tube, 0.27 fluid ounces, about 8 milliliters for people in other countries that don't watch my content. Anyway, so yeah, this is what it looks like. It's got like the matte, yeah, I really like it. It's very sleek and it's easy to carry around if that's something you're interested in, because it is a retouch product without lollygag, and let's just get into it. The way that I've been applying concealer lately, if you've seen from my last tutorial, is that I'm just dotting it on instead of packing it on. So we're just going to do lines instead of the dots because, I don't know, I really liked how it applied when I did it like this. And also the applicator is very interesting. It's that flat applicator, but it is at the same time slanted. It kind of gives a new approach to putting it on. I'm just going to go ahead and blend it out. I'm going to leave the under eyes for last and then go ahead and see how it goes. I refuse to leave this unblended. Kind of use the butt that I used for the foundation to kind of melt it a little bit more with other products. Because I haven't really been into highlighting concealers, I haven't really been putting any concealer like around my nose or my forehead, so this is also like changing my routine a little bit that I already had set up. And they pair your concealer color to what your color would be in the foundation range. I also didn't pick up any powder, and I hope that really isn't something that would dangerously affect how this concealer works, because it would really suck if you had to buy a specific powder in order to make something work in a different aspect of your makeup routine. That's not it. So now, even though this does feel light as air on the skin like it claims to, I would say it's a bit thicker, like on the thicker side as far as like blending it out and stuff. It does take a while to completely blend it out. Like right now, like there's a huge like circle of concealer that I'm struggling to blend out. And I don't know if it's completely evident on camera, but a little bit of darkness is still peeking through. But I actually don't have much of a problem with that because I'm kind of just embracing my dark circles and my skin texture and all stuff like that in 2019. Alright, so that is the shade 145 in the Pro Filt'r concealer range in action. I feel just as good as I felt about it when I first applied it yesterday. It looks beautiful. It does have that soft photo touch to it. It doesn't look like you applied anything. It just looks like something that melted into the skin and just blends with all of your other products really nicely. It was difficult to blend. I had this difficulty yesterday as well, but once you actually blend it all out, it looks seamless. So it's worth the effort in my opinion, but it's just not something that's going to go by quickly for you unless you were to apply a lighter amount of it. So that's something to be aware of. But now I'm going to go ahead and set and do the rest of my makeup and show you guys the lip gloss. Okay, rest of my makeup is on. Concealer set pretty nicely. I made sure I went all the way to my lash line, make sure that there was no possibility of any creasing, so this is the result that we have so far. The coverage is there, looks very soft, like it melted into the skin, not creating any weird patchiness at all. My laugh line or whatever crease that I have here, it's only a little bit filled in, and I've been eating, talking, smiling, laughing, and stuff like that since I finished my makeup, so it's not really anything settling in there, so that's pretty good. And I put a hefty amount of concealer around this area. Yeah, it looks pretty good now. Right now we're going to get into the last product that I picked up from Fenty, which is the newest gloss bomb. So this is the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb. As you guys know, I have this shade Fenty Glow, which was the first one that they released, and it was a universal gloss bomb. So this one, Fussy.
I keep wanting to say fussy.
I've been tainted by Stan Twitter. But anyway, this is the shade Fussy. I want to say Fussy so bad, like it's not okay. I need to calm down. So this is the shade Fussy. This is like kind of more of a pinky purpley color than the original Gloss Bomb, which is more on the red neutral side. This one is really nice in my opinion because it looks a little bit more wearable compared to the previous one, the diamond one. So I wore this yesterday with just lip liner like I have on right now, and I really liked it. So we're just gonna pretty much apply it just so I can show you guys what it looks like, but I have no complaints about this. It's probably one of the best products that Fenty has that I feel like is universally loved and nobody can really complain about. And that's it. That is the completed look. Sorry I didn't show you guys my eye makeup or how I did it, but this is not trying to be a 40-minute video, you know what I mean? It's already probably really long, right? Right, yeah. I just wanted to show you guys the basic. The rest of this video is pretty much just going to be me doing check-ins on the concealer just to make sure that it looks nice. Right, it's now 3:47. Let's just say 3:45 just for argument's sake. I'm going to wear this into the late evening. I have an appointment to go to with my boyfriend for physical therapy, and then we're gonna go food shopping, and then I have to go and do the dishes, and then he's gonna cook for me, and probably just gonna watch Vikings, which we missed last night, and we're gonna get everything together. And I will just do periodic check-ins to show you guys where the concealer is at. I'm not really testing for the wear time of anything else. I just want to make sure that the concealer is long wear like it claims to be. It doesn't have an hour mark on it, so it's just saying in general it wears really long. So I want to see how much I could get into the concealer in wear time before it starts getting crazy again, because yesterday was only like 6 hours or so. So let's see what happens. Okay, y'all, so it's been about an hour. It's 4:40, and I haven't noticed any distinct changes. I'm wearing my annoying glasses that have the little buds to them, because if I were to wear my smaller glasses with these lashes on, I would be so annoyed and frustrated, so I decided to put those on, which is a real indicator of how good a concealer is, because those little nodules like always screw up that stuff. I actually have a video on how to get rid of those, by the way. Very old, but anyway. So there is like a little bit of a circle here, and I set the area really good as well, but there's always going to be something there. So it's interesting how I was wearing it for about 20 minutes, the glasses, and there's only this little ring that is easily buffed out, but that's like all that I'm really noticing. There's nothing in here yet. Like I said, that's my other problem area, is my crease in my smile, and it gets filled up pretty easily, like whether I'm talking, eating, anything, like 5 minutes of putting on my makeup, there's something in there. And that's actually been pretty good. I've been talking and eating and stuff like that. It's still pretty nice. There's nothing in little forehead wrinkles either. Nothing seems to be cakey like it was yesterday. Everything is nice under here as well. I don't see any creasing. Of course, my eyeshadow is kind of hiding anything that would happen there anyway, but from what I saw yesterday, like, it's leagues better already. So I think we are doing pretty well. I'm just waiting in the truck now for my boyfriend to get out of his physical therapy appointment, and then I don't think I'm gonna film in the grocery store because that would be pointless, because I don't think we're gonna be there that long. I'm trying to convince Kevin to go somewhere else, because the one that we want to go to is like more of an organic place, and I know that they don't have Takis there, and Takis are my new thing right now. It used to be hot Cheetos, and it still is, but there's something about Takis that I'm into. I'm about it. I just need Takis so bad, and this place doesn't have hot Cheetos, so I doubt they have Takis, but I don't know. We might have to stop at a gas station, but all I know is we gotta get them. And that just makes more time that I'm wearing this concealer, so might be good in the end. Alright, I'm going to check out for now, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Once again, it's only been an hour, so we'll see how this goes. We're a little over hour 3, right? It's 7 o'clock. We had this on, we finished around 3:45, so Yeah, it's a little over 3 hours. So everything pretty much looks good. As you can see, my nose got a little bit worse because I was wearing my glasses. But other than that, the under eyes are only creasing at like a normal amount, I would say. I already have creases under my eyes, so I don't really judge the concealer completely off of like my under eye creases, except in cases where they're really bad, like frighteningly bad, which they were last night when I was at work. So, but for right now, they are holding up, and the smile crease got just a tiny bit worse, not awful. My forehead looks almost as good as it did when I first put on the makeup. My lashes are falling off, but that is unrelated. The gloss kind of faded away, but it still looks really nice on my lips. I've been having some drinks and stuff like that, so. Also, the contour still looks good. I gotta say, I do like the contour stick. I know it's a little bit weird to work with, but I think it's a good undertone. I think that it works with my skin, and it's easier to blend than the Tarte Clay Stick foundation is as a contour. Yeah, that's all I could pretty much say at this point. Chin looks fine too, so we're just going to keep on keeping on and see how it looks in a couple more hours. I'm going to be eating. I don't know if that's going to affect anything on the chin or around the mouth, and I guess I'll just be watching some shows too, and yeah, that'll be probably my final check-in before I wrap up all my thoughts. So, also, all of the shaking in the back you're hearing is Kevin seasoning food. Like, get you a man who seasons food. Am I right, ladies? Anyway, okay, we'll see you later.
3 days without sugar. 3 days of eating.
Okay, so it's around 10 o'clock, I would say. So that's about 6 hours and 15 minutes-ish. I wanted to go a full 8 hours, but I am exhausted, and I've already committed myself to filming a video after this, which would be the video that you saw before this, if you're subscribed to my channel. That kind of 8-hour deal, I'm not into it, but you pretty much get the gist. It's only downhill from here, whatever results we have right now. So I've been wearing my glasses almost the entire couple of hours because I don't have contacts, and if I don't have my glasses on, I can't see anything. So I was eating, I was drinking a little bit because I had dinner with my boyfriend, and yeah, just overall like, oh, I'm touching my face, so I'm doing this and that, and I haven't really touched underneath my eyes at all. My camera kind of has more of like a soft focus, so I apologize if it feels like you're not getting the gist of how my skin actually looks, because it almost makes everything look perfect. So I'm sorry about that, but I could tell you from in person what I can see. Just remove these real quick. So definitely the issue. But other than that, I don't think that there are many other issues. Once again, my mascara flakes everywhere, and it's a new mascara. It's supposed to be the best mascara ever made, but that's not the point of this. Okay, so lots of more creasing going on right here. Obviously we have this as well, but under the eye, I really don't see much creasing. Like, I obviously have a lot of lines here because putting on powder and all that kind of dried it out a little, so all the makeup kind of sinks into those fine lines. As for the concealer itself, everything still looks good. It's not really oily or breaking up around my nose or anything like that. Speaking of which, my nose, the makeup has not moved at all besides these little nodules here. My nose, like for a lot of people, is the one place where makeup like never sticks to, so that was pretty impressive. The chin has kind of that little bit of cakiness, but I was opening up my mouth pretty big.
There's some big things.
So there's that. My forehead looks exactly the same. Everything looks pretty nice. I know, once again, it's only been 6 hours, but when I had been wearing this makeup for 6 hours yesterday, we had a much different scenario going on the face. So I just feel a lot better about the way that my skin looks today compared to what was going on yesterday. So already I think that that's a win. To zoom you guys out, I just want to say that this concealer is pretty up there as far as pricing goes, but Rihanna has a lot of shades to work with, so it is a good thing to go to if you are confused about what colors to get, because it offers you such a big range, and it's really hard to get a color that doesn't work for you. It's pretty easy to pick up a shade that you can work with in any capacity. Second thing is that it is pretty difficult to blend out. I was using a beauty blender, which is the icon that started it all for beauty sponges and the way that we use beauty tools today. When I do my concealer, I never use a brush, so if you have different opinions on that, that's up to you, but for me, using the Beauty Blender, it was still pretty difficult. Comparing it to like my Maybelline Age Rewind and the Too Faced Born This Way concealer, those are a lot more liquidy and easy to move, and they're very malleable. But once I did blend it out, it looked very soft on the skin, very supple. It gave me a photo ready finish as it claims to, and it didn't feel heavy on the skin after I blended it out. Like, I barely feel it now. It absorbed the powder really well that I put on top of it. It could work with any powder. Not a lot of stuff moved that I didn't expect to move, and for long wear, I would agree that yes, it is long wearing. I could probably go another 2 hours like this and still look fresh and glamorous. I think that this is a beautiful concealer, and I would highly recommend it. Probably would give it an 8 out of 10, just because it is difficult to blend, but once you do, everything really works out pretty well. Yeah, those are all my thoughts. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you found it helpful in any way, would love to hear your feedback in the comments. So here's to new, more exciting videos throughout the rest of the year. I wanted to test out Fenty for a while because I just feel like they're such a positive, awesome brand, so I wanted to give back and kind of add some light to that. So it was really fun to film this video. I've never done a full wear test before on my channel, so it was really nice. And yeah, subscribe to my channel once again if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.